sixth graders, we're back and we're going to talk about place value and rounding to specific place values. All right, so let's get started. All right, I've got some blanks here and a decimal and a comma, and let's figure out what we've got. So I'm going to start with my whole numbers, okay? The numbers to the left of my decimal. So we know the first place to the left of the decimal is the ones place. Then we go tens. Then we go hundreds. Okay, and then the neat thing about this is if you can remember what these are, if you can remember one, then they kind of follow the same pattern. So these are thousands. And since we're in the thousands, this is next middle, 10,000s. I'm going to write 10,000s. Okay. And again, I said they're following that pattern. So over here, the third one was 100, and we're in the thousands, so 100,000s. So if we kept going, if I had more room over here, I'd have another comma and 3 more spaces, and I'd go millions, 10 millions, 100 millions. Okay? So now let's look at our decimals. Okay, and decimals are going to follow the same kind of pattern too. There's two differences between our wholes and our decimals. Okay? Pattern-wise, they skip ones because I'll tell you why in a second. And the other thing is that they add THS to the end of each word. Okay? So we said no ones because once would sound silly. Okay? So we go to the next one. These are tenths. Remember I said they're going to add that THS. Then they go hundredths. Okay, and we're still following. So thousandths. Okay, so if we were to keep going, we would have 10,000s and 100,000s over here. Okay? So now we are going to round to a certain place value. So let me throw a number on here. Okay, I want to round to the nearest thousands place. The nearest thousands place. So first of all, we got to figure out which number is in the thousands place. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousand. Okay, and when we're rounding, what I like to do is underline the number I'm rounding to and draw an arrow behind it. And I can ask myself, does 7 round 5 up or keep it the same? And there's my little cheat sheet. If the number that I've drawn my arrow to is 5 or greater, then my number goes up. If it's 4 or less, it stays. Okay, so we have 7. That's more than 5, so my 5 is going to go up. Anything to the left of my 5 stays. I just said my 5 goes up 1, and anything to the right of my 5 becomes zeros. So if I round 345,781 to the nearest 1,000, it becomes 346,000. All right, let's try another one. Okay. All right, this time I want to round to the nearest whole number. The nearest whole number. Okay, so I see my decimal, and I know these are decimal numbers, and I know to the left are my whole numbers. If I am rounding to the nearest whole number, then I am rounding to the first number in front of the decimal. So I'm underlining that one. I draw my arrow to the number behind. I see it's a 7. So I know I'm going to go up with my underlined. What do I do with these numbers before my underlined number? You got it. They're going to stay the same. What do I do with my 6? I said it's going up. Decimal, what does everything after my 6 become? zeros. Very good. If we're saying a dollar amount, we might want those zeros on there, but do we need those zeros at the end of a decimal? Nope. If this was a whole number, if this was not the decimal, we would need those zeros. But we have a decimal, so we don't necessarily need these zeros. So this answer right here, or this answer right here, either one would be correct. All right, let's try one more, 6th graders. Okay, we're going to have our number 53 and 765 thousandths. Okay, and we want to round to the nearest tenth. The nearest tenth. So which number are we going to underline? You got it. 7 is in the tenths place. And which number are we looking at to decide? You got it. My 6. Okay, so I see my 6. It's greater than 5. So my 7 rounds up. What happens to these numbers to the left? They stay. My 7 rounds up. Everything to the right of my underline becomes zeros. And you guessed it. This answer is correct, or this answer is correct. Either one is correct. All right, 6th graders, I know you got this. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.